Okay, there we go. Meeting is being live streamed.
It's
And
loading in a second.
okay,
We are good to go.
great. It is the 16th of February, 2026, and this is the Alcoholic Beverage Subcommittee of the Baltimore City Delegation. There's a bill hearing we're going to have, and then we're going to follow that with voting for a couple other liquor bills and maybe even for the first bill that we hear. And all four of us on the subcommittee are here. So we're going to begin with a bill hearing on House Bill 1425 that was requested by the Liquor Board. So I put it in on their behalf. And here we have Michelle Wurzberger from the Liquor Board of Baltimore City. Go ahead and tell us what the bill does.
Thank you, sir. For the record, Michelle Wurzberger, Deputy Executive Secretary for the Baltimore City Liquor Board. This bill does creates two changes, basically, that will allow us to simplify our processes, make them a little bit less cumbersome for licensees while not in any way negatively impacting our ability to regulate licensees. So, as you know, we have a lot of deadlines and requirements throughout the year. This bill attempts to kind of make these deadlines that I'm going to talk about for a minute make more sense. So the very first part of the bill deals with Class A licenses. Those are your packaged goods stores. And for the most part, with the exception of A7s, they are only permitted to be open Monday through Saturday. They can only sell alcohol on those 6 days. But during Thanksgiving and New Year's, they can apply to get what we call a special Sunday license that allows them to sell alcohol on Sundays between 1 o'clock in the afternoon and 9 p.m. in the evening. But right now, the law requires that they apply by September 30th, which is an artificial deadline. It doesn't mean anything to us. It doesn't mean anything to them. But legally, if they don't apply by that deadline, which is, almost 2 months before they would actually utilize the license, we can't give it to them. And then that they lose out on business. Our residents miss the opportunity to purchase from them, and we lose perhaps some small license fee. So what we're trying to do here is just eliminate the deadline. And from our purposes, it doesn't matter when they apply. We can still process it in enough time and get them the paperwork that they need in order to be functioning appropriately. And then the second item here is deals with personal property taxes with the city. So you all, I'm sure, know that every single liquor license is renewed in April. Every single year, licensees have to apply, provide all of their paperwork by March 31st. Then we process that paperwork and start distributing licenses after April 15th. And so all licensees know they have to get certain things in order by that deadline. They have to pay their taxes to the comptroller. They need to make sure that their corporate entity is in good standing, etc. But there's also this other deadline that we have hanging out there that says come October 30th, every licensee has to have satisfied their personal property taxes. This is something I never really dealt with until I had this role. And I originally thought that was, okay, well, everybody's got to pay their personal property tax by that deadline. So that makes sense. Just like our federal taxes have to be paid by April 15th, but that's not the case. It's actually done on a rolling basis, depending on, when you are starting your business, etc. So there's nothing that is official. There's no, October 30th is not a magical deadline. But what it does is it kind of is disjointed and forces the agency to go after licensees and make them handle paperwork at a time when maybe they're not quite focusing on that. And I'll be honest with you, the agency did not follow this requirement for many, many years. noted in at least one of the audits, and we started following it 2 years ago. And so, but as we were doing it, we were thinking, well, how can we make this just a little bit, make a little bit more sense? And so what we were thinking was perhaps we could make that deadline in line with the renewal deadline. So, because they're already getting everything else in order during that time period. So I'm going to stop there and see if anyone, sorry, I'm sorry, I know I can talk on and on and
Oh,
on,
that's
but see
right.
if anybody has any questions. It's not anything that is controversial or anything I think anybody would have any trouble with.
Yeah, they're fairly technical, but having said that, there's a little bit of substance on both of them, and I can understand why the change is out there. Delegate Boyce.
Thank you, Chair Clippinger. Thank you, Ms. Wurzburger, and thank you for as always, we have processes that don't make sense, and we get to the point where we're like, we got to make it make sense, and especially making it customer friendly while maintaining basic laws and regulations. So just so that I'm clear, the first part made a lot of sense to me, removing this arbitrary 9:30 day, because as the spirit moves, you decide you may want something
Yeah.
later, not now. The the personal property taxes, just that I'm clear, is something that has been overlooked because it's so far after the licensee receives their license or renewal, but important enough to still have to maintain it. So you're just saying do it all at once.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
just clear. Okay.
yes,
Yep.
yes.
Okay. All right. I think I'm good. Sorry. Thanks. Okay.
Mute. All right. Let's not be muted. Um, I, I, um, I understand there was a unbelievable mistake that was in the legislation when it was first drafted, and it requires an amendment, which is incredibly heavy lifting. It apparently involves a date. Ms. Wurzburger, would you like to talk about the?
Yes, sir. I forgot there were 31 days in March when I first read the draft, and when we read it, we realized, oh well, there's one more day, and it makes sense to make it the 31st. That is the deadline by which renewal applications need to be submitted. And why not? While we're making it make sense, let's really make it make sense and have 31 days.
I don't know. It just makes it so much more complicated. All
I don't
right.
know, Mr. Chair.
I
Ugh.
don't know. So many questions. So many questions. All right. Are there other questions at all regarding this legislation? And I'm looking to Delegate Addison or Smith to see if they have anything else at
I do
all.
not, Mr. Chair.
All right. If that's the case, if we are
Can I move the
okay,
amendment, Mr. Chair,
yes,
first?
the critical amendment altering the date from 3:30 to 3:31. Um, it has been moved. Is there a second on the amendment?
Second.
All right, moved and seconded. Any any discussion on the amendment? Seeing none, all in favor, I'll just do a roll call myself. The vote on the amendment now. Delegate Boyce,
Yes.
Delegate Addison,
Yes.
Delegate Smith,
Yes.
and Delegate Clippinger votes aye. All right, so the amendment's adopted. We're on the bill as amended.
Move the bill as amended, Mr. Chair.
Motion for bill as amended. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on the bill as amended? Seeing none, we will do a roll call, and I'll actually do it in alphabetical order this time. Delegate Addison,
Yes.
Delegate Boyce,
Yes.
Delegate Smith,
Yes.
and Delegate Clippinger votes yes. So that is adopted, and so we'll send this to the full city delegation for this coming Friday. We thank you very much, and if you want to hang on to watch us do these next two, that's fine too. House Bill 348 has a technical amendment that you should all have. That is number 153022. It is an amendment that allows that that clears up a technical issue that would allow them, again, to keep this license alive while Pimlico is being reconstructed and rebuilt. So it's adding a couple citations into the law is what the amendment does. And Delegate Rosenberg mentioned this when we talked about this last week. Are there any questions about this amendment? Don't see any. I'll entertain a motion on the amendment.
So moved.
There's a motion on the amendment, and is there a
Second.
second? All right. All in favor of the amendment, Delegate Addison,
Yes.
Delegate Boyce,
Yes.
Delegate Smith,
Yes.
Delegate Clippinger votes yes. So we've adopted the amendment, and now we're on the bill as amended. Again, that would allow the liquor license at Pimlico to stay alive while the buildings and everything are being rebuilt. Any further discussion on the bill as amended? Seeing none, we'll do a roll call. Delegate Addison,
Yes.
Delegate Boyce,
Yes.
Delegate Smith.
Yes, sorry.
That's all right. And Delegate Clippinger votes aye. So that bill will go to the city delegation on Friday. The last bill is House Bill 998. This is the annual 46th District Alcohol Extravaganza Bill that does three different things. It creates a not-for-profit, it allows for a not-for-profit to accept as a donation alcohol for an event that they're having at the convention center. That's the one thing it does. The second thing it does is it revives a BD7 license at 1600 in the 1600 block of Eastern Avenue and allows it to move over to Alisana Street. So it's kind of two things being done in that one thing. And then the third point, the business is called Culinary Architecture, and it slipped my mind when we had talked about it last week, but it's a business that is moving from the 40th district to the 46th district, and they would like to hold on to their liquor license. It's got the approval of the Little Italy Neighborhood Association, and thus this would allow them to move their license into the 46th district. There are no amendments, but given the history of the 46th District Liquor Bill, you can count on it at some point. But at this point, we're not coming forward with any amendments for right now. And so I would ask for a motion on the bill.
Move the bill, Mr. Chair. Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
Just to clarify, so the nonprofit is allowed to accept alcohol for an event so long as it's at the convention center?
At the convention center.
Only.
They would be able to serve the event at an event at the convention center.
Got it.
And I'm watching Ms. Wurzberger shake.
Okay, that was my only clarification. Move the bill, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
And the second. All right. Any other questions about this legislation? Seeing none, we will take a roll call. Delegate Addison,
Yes.
Delegate Boyce,
Yes.
Delegate Smith. Delegate Clippinger votes yes. How about Delegate Smith?
Yes, I was having a hard time getting off mute, Mike. I'm so sorry.
It happens to the best of us. It happened to me earlier in this committee hearing. So okay. So that's House Bill 998, and it'll go to the city delegation on Friday. We, in an abundance of caution, and being that a bunch of bills came through the hopper on Friday, have a hearing scheduled for Friday at 2:00. And we're going to do our best to do that. Also at that hearing will be members of the executive board of the liquor board who are going to come and are going to visit with us and talk to us. So we're going to hear from them on Friday. I'm kind of aware that we might be running into subcommittee traffic and in the big 7 committees. So we'll just see what happens, but we were able to work this time out so that it worked out for the liquor board as well. So by doing the meeting also on Friday, we can at least get our part of the process done to allow those bills to move through GLE and the liquor day that's going to happen. I think it's next week. All right. If there are no further questions, don't see any. Thank you all very much, and we'll see you around.